life in the jungle slowly changed. The humans, once terrified and helpless, grew bolder. They began to follow the ape through the forest, learning from its wisdom and strength. They discovered hidden caves filled with water, avoided poisonous plants, and even started to work together more efficiently. The ape's presence taught them the value of unity, courage, and respect for the natural world. Yet the jungle remained dangerous. One day, a new threat emerged. A pack of saber-tooth tigers, their sharp teeth glinting under the sun, their muscles rippling as they stalked the tribe. The humans tried to hide, but the tigers were too fast. As the predators closed in, the ape once again leaped into action. With unparalleled strength and intelligence, it fought the tigers, tossing them into trees and driving them away from the humans. The tribe realized that the ape was more than a protector, it was a teacher and a friend. It had saved their lives multiple times, and its presence allowed them to thrive in a world that had once seemed impossible to survive. The humans began to honor the ape, leaving gifts of fruit and water near its favorite resting places. They even created simple carvings on stone to remember the giant guardian who had changed their lives forever. Years passed, and the legend of the ape spread throughout the region. Other tribes spoke of the massive creature that walked like a king, fought like a storm, and cared for humans like a family member. Though the ape remained elusive, often disappearing into the mountains and returning only when danger approached, its legacy was undeniable. It was a giant prehistoric snake, longer than a tree trunk, its scales glinting like dark glass. Its eyes were cold and hungry. Without warning, it struck at the humans, sending the tribe into chaos. Screams pierced the air as the snake's massive coils wrapped around one of the hunters, crushing him in seconds. The humans tried to fight back with sticks and stones, but their weapons were useless against such a terrifying predator. Just when hope seemed lost, the jungle itself trembled. Trees shook violently, and the birds scattered in fear. From the thick foliage emerged a figure unlike any the humans had ever seen, a massive ape, towering over the trees, with muscles like twisted ropes of iron and eyes full of intelligence and understanding. Its roar echoed across the valley, a sound that shook the ground and filled the humans with awe. The giant ape charged at the snake with astonishing speed. With one powerful swing of its massive arms, it grabbed the snake and threw it into a nearby tree. The snake hissed and thrashed, but the ape was relentless. The humans watched, frozen in disbelief, as the battle unfolded. Rocks tumbled, branches snapped, and the earth shook under the clash of these titanic creatures. Finally, with a mighty roar that seemed to come from the heart of the earth itself, the ape crushed the snake, ending its reign of terror. Then, turning to the humans, it gently lifted the injured hunter from the ground, placing him safely away from harm. The humans stared, half in fear and half in wonder. They could not speak the words to thank this creature, but their eyes and gestures spoke volumes. Days passed, and the humans began to notice that the ape was no mere brute. It watched over them, protecting them from predators, helping them find safe places to sleep, and even showing them how to gather fruits and roots more effectively. Though it did not speak, its actions were clear, a guardian of the tribe, chosen by nature itself. Millions of years ago, long before the rise of cities, long before words were written or history began, the earth was a wild and dangerous place. Towering trees stretched toward the sky, their thick roots gripping the fertile soil. Dense jungles merged into open savannas, rivers carved silver trails across the land, and volcanoes rumbled quietly in the distance, occasionally sending clouds of ash into the air. In this untamed world, early humans, hominids, struggled to survive. They were small, fragile creatures with soft skin, slow reflexes, and little more than stones and sticks to protect themselves. Their lives were simple yet fragile, spent hunting for fruits, roots, and the occasional small prey. Every day was a challenge, every night a test of courage. Among these humans was a small tribe that had made its home near a winding river in the heart of the jungle. They lived in caves and under large trees, huddling together for warmth and safety. The leader of the tribe, a cautious and watchful hominid named Kero, often warned his people. The jungle is alive with eyes. The predators are always watching. Never stray too far. Despite the warnings, life was not without wonder. Children played near the riverbank, laughing as they tried to catch small fish with their tiny hands. The adults hunted, shared stories through gestures and simple sounds, and kept a wary eye on the shadows around them. It was a fragile peace, balanced on the edge of survival. But danger was never far. Deep in the forest lurked creatures the humans could barely imagine. One day, as the sun rose behind the mountains, the tribe noticed something strange. Birds flew chaotically from the treetops. Monkeys screeched and scattered. The wind carried an ominous hiss. The humans froze. And then they saw it, a massive shadow sliding through the trees, moving faster than any human could.